angry guy here, and girl bosses are going broke and crying on social media. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Girl bosses are going broke and crying on social media. Today we have a video from Man Guide. I'll have a link to his channel so you can go and check him out. But this is pretty darn interesting. All of these boss babes thought they were bosses, and now they're ending up homeless and bankrupt. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the video.
I accidentally girl bossed too hard, and now I have a real job with real responsibilities, and like people keep emailing me and asking me questions, and I don't know the answer, and I'm just really stressed out, and I don't want to girl boss anymore.
Where are all of the female entrepreneurs and business owners? How do I make female entrepreneur friends? I've led a business for the past 2 years, and I feel like I've met hundreds of male entrepreneurs. Like every second fucking guy has a business, and I've met like a handful of female entrepreneurs, and I need female entrepreneur friends. Is there a community? If there is a community, please let me know. Or is there like an app or a members club or something? Because I've looked online and I literally can't find it, and I don't even where are they hiding? Where are you hiding? Please, I travel to lots of places. I can meet you anywhere.
Woo, y'all. Black women are tired. Black women are tired. We've been tired. But let me tell you specifically why I'm tired today. Do you remember this court case back in June? Yeah. The Supreme Court case where they struck down affirmative action. This landmark ruling is already radically changing the way colleges are able to attract a new and diverse student body. But the fuckery didn't stop there. The very same people who brought the case to strike down affirmative action are now bringing a court case against a black venture fund, Penniless fund. They're saying that because this fund focuses on investing in female entrepreneurs of color, that it's unconstitutional. The fund was established to address the wide gap in venture capitalist funding for businesses led by women of color, who confront barrier after barrier in obtaining support and investments for their businesses. Black women represent 14% of the female population, but we account for 42% of the new women-owned businesses. 17% of Black women are in the process of starting or running new businesses, compared to 10% of white women and 15% of white men. Black women are the fastest growing demographic of entrepreneurs in the United States, but we face disproportionate financial headwinds. Black women receive less than 0.35% of all VC funding, or not even a full percentage of the billions of dollars that flow through the startup ecosystem. And given a lack of access to capital, Black women are more likely than any other demographic to self-fund their businesses. So yeah, this is why I'm tired today.
I can't stand girls that judge other girls for what they eat, talking about, I care about what I put in my body. Okay, Sarah, I've seen your exes. You clearly don't.
I just wanted to put up like a little PSA that to the women commenting on the video of me not being able to trust new females who enter my life and make female friends easily, it's kind of serving the opposite purpose that I think that you think it is, to attack me in the comments. Cruel and mean comments about how like I'm the problem and why would anybody want to be friends with me anyways because I have trust issues with women doesn't really make me super eager to befriend more of you. I know this comes as a really big shock, as a stunning information, but you're helping me prove my point, so like that's cool.
Girls support girls thing, but some women are generally so mean.
Girl, it be jealousy. I feel like I talk about jealousy a lot on my TikTok, but like it really be true. Especially if you start changing your appearance, you get a new car, a new crib, you get a new job, you start making a lot of money. You will find that a lot of people do not like that. especially women. Like, granted, I have a video on men who are jealous of their spouses and friends and X, Y, and Z, but women have a way more conniving way of showing it. Like, granted, there do be men that will say slick remarks, but with women, they can say something like 7 a.m. in the morning and it will hit you at 7 at night.
Guys, it's pretty interesting. So here you have all of these women who decided that they wanted to be boss babes. They wanted to live these lives of luxury. They wanted to say, I'm Miss Independent. And now they're screeching and hollering. There's something intriguing what that's going on with black women. Black women, they're the first ones to say that, oh, I had to go and get that degree. I had to get that PhD. I had to get that medical degree. I had to do this. I had to make those choices. I'm not accountable for any of the things I did. I had to do it to survive. And now they're 40 years old and they're crying because they're single. They've had, a bunch of deleted gestations. They have, tons and tons of money and student loan debt that they're not going to be able to pay back anytime soon. They're lonely. They're childless. They're miserable. And they want young women to know that they can have these wonderful lives and they can have everything as well. Even though they don't have a man, they don't have any prospects of having children, they can't afford in vitro, they're going to find a millionaire that's going to give them lives of luxury. And even though they were dating, wealthy men, older men when they were in their 20s and teens, now they find it to be creepy and disgusting when younger women date older men. Even though they themselves did it, they'll say that it was a mistake that should not be repeated because they want these men for themselves now. Do you see how sick and twisted this absolutely is? These women made their decision. If you look at Keisha's here crying her eyes out, screaming and hollering that black women are starting businesses at significantly higher rates than white men and white women, and yet they're not getting access to VC funding. They are only getting access to less than 1% of venture capital funding. Now, keep in mind, guys, they're basically saying that they should be granted access to the funds of men just because they deserve it, because they're entitled to it. Because most venture capitalists are men. Most women are not involved in venture capitalism. A lot of wealthy women, they don't want to do venture capitalism simply because it's very, very risky. It takes someone who has, experience and a strong stomach to do venture capitalism. You look at Shark Tank, and a lot of the guys on Shark Tank, they didn't make a lot of money. Some did, some haven't, but it does gain them influence and exposure and helps them to grow their other businesses. They enjoy doing it, but it's not for the weak. And a lot of women don't understand this. As you can see, one girl said, where are all the boss babes? Where are all these women who have all this influence in these fields? Because I'm looking for you if you guys want to meet up. Guys, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And these are also some of the consequences of #MeToo. And I'm telling you right now, #MeToo will never end. It will only continue to evolve, and it will only continue to come in new waves. Like right now, we're going into wave 2, and it's really in the pregame. It's in the pregame show right now. But as desperation sets in, that's when you're going to really see them going on the assault. And that's what, like I said, they're going to go after everyone. They're going to go after the mailman. They're going to go after the janitor. You're going to have a lot of these women who work at McDonald's. They're going to be going after McDonald's, and they're going to get their money too. They're going to go after Walmart. It's going to become absolutely insane. And believe all women, the more that they do this, the more companies are going to look at it. Like, companies are going to say, oh yes, we stand by our workers and employees and so forth. And the craziest thing is that the companies are doing investigations, and they're finding that there's no truth to most of these claims. If you look at what happened with Activision Blizzard, there were all these claims made, and there were all these people that came out, guys like, I think, Moist Critical, forgive me if I'm wrong, and like that were like supporting it and saying how terrible Bobby, I forget his name, Bobby K, is the CEO of Activision is, and for all the horrible things that were happening at Activision Blizzard and all the allegations. And they ended up having to pay out like $50 million. And they paid out tons of money, and then in the end, and then settlements, and then in the end, the women who made the claims, they were receiving tons and tons of money, millions of dollars, but the company did an internal investigation, and the state also did an internal investigation, and various different organizations did investigations, and guess what? They found zero wrongdoing and zero proof that any of the claims were true. Yet all of these women made off with millions of dollars. Like literally, they made off with millions of dollars. The state was able to collect like $50 million on claims that were not even true. Like this is, and you know what? You know who this actually affects? It affects us as the consumer, because when these types of things happen, when women are able to, because they're going to be going for billions. These women are going for billions of dollars right now. This is $1 billion industry. It's only going to evolve more and more, going after companies and individuals, but going after individuals so you go after the companies, and it's only going to evolve. And when they start doing this, because desperation sets in, because like men are walking away, not getting married, not having children, and so they have to get it another way. When they do this and desperation sets in, guess what, guys? That's when those video games that you love. That's when we start paying $89 for a video game. Like right now, it's $69, and it moved to $69 a number of years ago. It went to $69 before inflation set in. Like, we're talking about going back to 2020. That's when games went to $70. That's when games moved to $70. And right now, and that was before we experienced this hyperinflation. So we need to really come to terms with the fact that even things like video games are going to be going to $79 and $89 potentially very soon, and that's going to be just a normal price. And a lot of this is like, yeah, it's greedflation, but guys, the prices for everything will start to skyrocket, because it's going to cost more just having women working at these companies. And of course, companies are kind of between a rock and a hard place, because they still have to hire a certain number of women. You go to a lot of these places now and you'll see shifts where they only have women working together. But the crazy thing is that these women, they'll find ways to go after anyone. They will find ways to go after anyone. They'll say that the customers are doing it, right? And then so guess what? You'll go into McDonald's and you'll see signs literally posted up warning customers that they need to be very careful what they say to the employees, or else they can be brought up on charges and authorities could be called. Like, you're literally going to go into Mickey D's and you're going to see a sign warning you that be very careful what you say, because if you step out of line, you can be in trouble. And guys, these women will literally say, like, unless you have a body cam on that's recording everything that happens. Like I told y'all, one of the next big innovations is going to be the body cam. It's going to be kind of like a badge that you wear on your chest, or you can even wear it on a hat or whatever. But it's going to be kind of like a Starfleet badge, out of Star Trek, and you're going to put it on. You're going to wear it on your chest, and it's going to be recording video, and it'll record video to your cell phone, using your cell phone, and people will do things like live stream that way, or they'll or even just save or recording video that way, like, because that's really how it's going to work. Like, everyone going forward is going to have body cam on. Like, that's one of the next big wearable things, because we already see what's happening with cell phones, where people pull out their cell phones and like almost everything that happens, there's a video now. But it's going to change, where literally everyone's going to be walking around. Like, for example, like in the future, I'm not going to leave my house without my body cam on. Everybody's going to like leave the house with their body cam on. Like, oh, I'm going out. Okay, time to put the body cam on, so you can record every instance of your day. And that's going to make things very, very interesting. It's going to make things more difficult for modern day for women, because a lot of women will say that things happen that did not actually happen. And it's going to be hard for companies. Oh, you can't have your body cam on? Well, it's very small, it's very discreet, and it's again, it's going to be hard. And just in public, like, for example, you go anywhere, most men are going to have their body cams on 24/7. So and the thing about it is that even with the body cam on, these women are still going to make claims, they're still going to get paid, but it's only going to drive division more, and it's only going to create, I've said this before and I'll say it again, women have traded their futures for instant gratification in the present. Just like what only fools are making these frivolous lawsuits, the amount of money that they're getting now, it will plateau, and over time they would have made even more. They would have made a lot more money if they had just done worked for it and done things the honest way. But now they won't be able to find relationships. Now they won't be able to. They're gonna enter into a serious cycle of poverty. Like it's gonna be essentially like a curse falling upon them. Because let's say these women, like, they're able to scam and scheme $250,000. These women have no financial literacy, so they're gonna get that money. They're gonna go out. They're gonna buy houses. They're gonna buy Gucci and all of this stuff that they can't even afford. And then guess what ends up happening? The money gets spent out because they tried living on it, and then they're going to try and go try to do the same thing all over again. And maybe they may succeed, maybe they won't, but a lot of them are going to fall into poverty and destitution because they're going to also take out loans they can't afford. For example, go and buy a house. Many of them are going to buy houses and they can't afford these houses, and they're going to end up going bankrupt as a result of that, and they're going to find themselves homeless. And of course these women are going to blame men and God, because God is a man, so of course he's got to get it too. I really don't know. I don't know, guys. But as you can see, girl bosses are going broke and crying on social media. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get the channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Girl bosses are going broke and crying on social media. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to hear your thoughts, so let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.